As the NHL preseason approaches, anticipation is building for hockey fans everywhere. But before we dive into the action, let's pause for a moment to examine something that's been stirring up conversation in the Flyers universe. Prospect rankings. These lists can spark heated debates and differing opinions among fans, analysts, and scouts alike. And this year, well, it's no different. In fact, the latest round of evaluations has left some Flyers prospects with glowing praise, while others face tougher scrutiny. So what does this mean for Philadelphia's future on the ice? Let's break it down. If you've been following along, you know that August is typically the quietest month in hockey. Sure, there's been a bit of activity, like the World Junior Summer Showcase, but beyond that, it's mostly been about speculating over rankings and dissecting prospect performances. Two big publications, Elite Prospects and Daily Faceoff, have released their takes on the top young talents across the NHL. For Flyers fans, these rankings are especially interesting because they highlight both promise and uncertainty within the organization. Let's start with Porter Martone, the crown jewel of Philadelphia's prospect pool. Ranked 6th by Stephen Ellis at Daily Faceoff and 4th by Elite Prospects, Martone continues to impress with his incredible hockey IQ and vision. Some might argue he's one of the smartest players from his draft class, capable of exploiting defensive weaknesses with ease. While his skating could use improvement and some scouts wish he'd play a more physical game, Martone's ability to control the puck and impact the offensive zone without it makes him a force to be reckoned with. But here's where it gets controversial. Not everyone agrees on how high Martone's ceiling truly is. Could he become a top-line winger or settle into a reliable second-line role instead? Either way, his development at Michigan State will be crucial. And then there's Zeev Buium, ranked just ahead of Martone at 5th overall by Ellis. This ranking alone might ruffle feathers among Flyers faithful who see Martone as untouchable. What do you think? Is Buium really better, or is this an overreaction? Moving down the list, Jett Luchanko comes in at number 54 in Ellis's rankings, which feels somewhat underwhelming compared to Elite Prospects' placement of him at number 30. Luchanko surprised many last season when he cracked the NHL roster straight out of training camp. His leadership qualities and two-way play stood out, even during his brief stint in the league. Personally, I'd lean closer to the EP ranking. Luchanko didn't look out of place in 4 NHL games as an 18-year-old after all. That said, his offensive upside may be limited unless he sharpens his finishing skills. Still, every team needs a dependable two-way center, and Luchanko fits that mold perfectly. And this is the part most people miss. Oliver Bonk's potential shouldn't be overlooked. Ranked 65th by Ellis, a significant bump from EP's 82nd, Bonk offers intriguing possibilities, despite not always showcasing his best during recent viewings. His hockey sense and ability to cover ground make him a strong candidate for a second-pair defenseman role in the NHL. If he refines his puck handling and adds speed to his game, Bonk could evolve into a key piece of Philadelphia's blue line. Training camp will provide critical insight into whether he's ready to push for an NHL spot, or if another year in the AHL is necessary. When it comes to goaltending, Yegor Zavragin shines as one of the brightest spots in the Flyers system. Ranked 18th among goalies by Ellis, Zavragin delivered remarkable numbers in the KHL last season, particularly for someone so young. With a .912 save percentage and 2.55 goals against average in 37 games for SKA St. Petersburg, plus stellar performances on loan to HK Sochi, Zavragin proved he belongs in the conversation about elite young netminders. Though he remains under contract in Russia until 2027, the Flyers have plenty of time to monitor his progress. The burning question is, can Zavragin develop into a franchise goaltender for Philadelphia? Given the instability Philly has faced in net recently, this prospect couldn't come at a better time. These rankings offer a snapshot of where Flyers prospects stand today, but they're far